what? Sea moss farming? How they doing that? I put sea moss growing on rock. But then, you know, I go around, I find out you have to tie your line, tie your string and hang the sea moss. I do the little training and yeah, I just fall in love with it from there. But being a sea moss farmer, yeah, you have to love the salt water. That's the main thing. You have to have love for the salt water.
One of the targets is to at least reduce the import gradually. You're not going to do so in one go, but gradually. And you can only achieve that by increasing production. And of course, the second aspect is the economic. If you promote a product, it has to make economic sense. People should be able to make a livelihood out of it. And if you can reduce the cost of operation, if you can identify the products that will do well, and people can benefit from, can earn a living from, can have an entire livelihood based on sea moss production. So these are the two main targets as a country: people's livelihood and reducing our food import bill.
We was formed in 2004 and we were introduced by the Rep and Fisheries. That's where I get to know Mr. Dorian Sanford and Mr. Winona Joseph. After that, we took the training and got to learn more about the sea moss and planting sea moss. And then got into the harvesting and all that.
Today we are here in Tukari to take a look at the operation that is going on with the Tukari Sea Moss group. This group is a group that started about 2 years ago with about 10 members, young men and women. They also have younger members, age range between 10 and 14. They are also active in the sea moss farming, doing planting, cultivating the sea moss. But we have a number of challenges in terms of getting the young people into sea moss farming. And some of the challenges that we have, we do not have the proper equipment or gears, things like life jacket and so on, to encourage the young boys to get into sea moss farming. The group is presently using a kayak, but it is very small because they harvest sea moss anywhere between 200 to about 500 pounds. Maybe on a 2 to 3 weeks basis. So with the kayak, they would have to make numerous trips going on shore. So to be a sea moss farmer in Dominica, you have to be able to swim. That is one of the requirements, because we are not blessed like other countries like St. Lucia in Grenada, where you have shallow waters and then you can actually walk to your farm to do the planting of sea moss. Sea moss farming in Dominica is done in deep water.
When we did an assessment with the young guys, we analyzed what they were doing in terms of processing, and we felt that a lot of improvement would be needed to have the sea moss processed in a safer environment. So in terms of food safety, that's a critical intervention that we proposed that would have to be made. So the facility will contain a drying area with drying sheds and drying rock, using solar and lighting to ensure that it's dried properly. And of course, a building to the front that will take care of the rest of the processing, where it will be washed, of course, before drying, and then packaged, weighed, and an area for storage and for retail. This facility will not only serve the Tukari Sea Moss group, because as you would know, in the northern part of the island have other sea moss farms. So they'll be able to as well use the facility to make sure that their products are processed in a safe environment. We see that going to be very impactful for Tukari and its surroundings, first to create some employment, and will serve as an encouragement and incentive for the young guys to continue in this lucrative venture.
So this capacity building training, it was very exciting. It was fun, creative as well, and it's going to help not only me but the members of the St. Joseph Multipurpose Cooperative in sharpening our skills in Sea Moss. It's going to also help us bring youth and women on board so we can at least teach them and develop our community, really.